You ever get a wedding invitation in the mail and realize you're the bride, but you're not the one getting married? Yeah. That happened to me. Before we go any further, and I promise this story is going to blow your mind, I have to ask. By the way, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? I love seeing where all of you are tuning in from. I swear, some of y'all are watching this while commuting or folding laundry and then bam, suddenly rethinking your entire dating history. Face with tears of joy. Okay. So, let's begin. This story starts about a year and a half ago, when I got a fancy little envelope in the mail, one of those cream-colored ones with the gold foil and calligraphy font that screams money, and this is going to be a Pinterest wedding. It was addressed to me, first and last name, spelled right, too, which never happens. And inside was a beautiful wedding invitation. I opened it, smiling because who doesn't love love, right? But then, my stomach dropped. Because the name of the groom was my ex. Let's call him Brent, because of course his name was Brent. And the bride's name was also me. Like, my full name. First, middle, last. Exactly how it's written on my birth certificate. I thought maybe it was a mistake. Like maybe his new girl had the same name as me? Weird, but possible. I even laughed a little, like, imagine explaining that at the DMV. But no. It wasn't a coincidence. It was intentional. And it got so much worse from there. Let me give you some context. Brent and I dated for 3 years. He was charming in that future real estate agent with too much cologne kind of way. One of those guys who talks a big game about being an entrepreneur but whose entire personality is just podcasts and protein powder. We broke up about 2 years ago, after I caught him dmang multiple girls, including my cousin, who is 18 and still lives at home. I dumped him immediately. No drama, just blocked and moved on. Or so I thought. Fast forward to that wedding invitation. After my initial confusion and rage-induced Googling, I found the wedding website listed on the RSVP card. It had a custom domain, which is so very Brent. Like, the URL was literally Brentan, my full name, forever.com. Gag me. I clicked the link, already expecting the worst. But I was not prepared for what I saw. It was photos. Of me. Photos from when we were together, cropped, edited, and posted like they were recent. Like we were still a couple. There were our love story sections with lies. Literal fiction. He said we met at a yoga retreat in Bali, never been, that we rescued a dog together, we didn't, he's allergic, and that we got engaged on top of a mountain at sunrise. Again, total fiction. I was so shocked I couldn't even cry. I just sat there, scrolling, jaw on the floor, reading this absolute fanfiction version of my life where I was apparently engaged to a man I hadn't spoken to in over a year. It gets worse. I started reverse image searching the photos, trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I even messaged some of our mutual friends, casually asking if they'd heard from him. That's when one of them, bless her soul, sent me a private message. Hey, not sure how to say this, but Brent's been telling people you two got back together a few months ago. I even saw him post a pic of you on his story last week. I lost it. Because I hadn't seen him. I hadn't even been in the same city. Apparently, Brent had been catfishing people using old photos of us, pretending we were still together. He was building this fantasy life, posting fake anniversary posts, tagging a private account he made under my name, writing captions like, "Can't wait to marry the love of my life." I felt sick. This man had stolen my identity. But not to steal money or ruin my credit, oh no. He did it. To pretend I was still his girlfriend. To throw a wedding where I was supposed to be the bride. And the craziest part? He invited me. Like it was a twisted joke. Or worse, like he really believed I'd show up. I decided I needed answers. So I created a fake email and RSVP'd to the wedding as someone else, said I was a friend from college and couldn't wait to attend. That got me access to more of the wedding details: venue, date, seating chart. Y'all. Not only was this wedding real, it was massive. Like full catering, string quartet, open bar, even a custom cocktail menu named after our love story. One drink was literally called the first kiss. I couldn't make this up if I tried. But here's the wildest part. There was no real bride. Not another woman. It was just me. He was literally planning a fake wedding to an imaginary version of me, all based on old photos and illusion. And people were going. His parents. His coworkers. People I used to know. All of them thought Brent and I had quietly rekindled and were keeping things private. I couldn't even breathe. I started shaking. Because this wasn't just weird. It was dangerous. I went to the police. They said, and I quote, "If he hasn't financially defrauded you, there's not much we can do. He stole my face, my name, my story, and somehow that didn't count as a crime?" So I did what anyone would do when the law fails them. I took it to social media. I made a TikTok, anonymously at first, laying out the entire story. No names, just facts. It exploded. People started speculating. Piecing it together. And when someone commented, "This sounds like Brent from Charlotte," I knew it was only a matter of time. I posted receipts. Screenshots. Wedding website screenshots. Photos he'd cropped of me. Within 2 days, it had over 4 million views. Guess who called me? His mom. She was mortified. Apparently she had no idea I wasn't involved in the wedding. She thought I'd just been shy about planning and didn't want to post publicly. When she confronted Brent, he doubled down. Told her I was playing hard to get and that this was all a romantic gesture. At this point, I knew I had to shut it down. So I did the pettiest thing I've ever done in my life. I showed up. To the wedding. In all black. Like a damn funeral. And I waited until they called my name to walk down the aisle. Yes, there was literally a bride entrance planned, and instead of walking down, I stood up in the crowd and said, loudly, "I'm not marrying this man. In fact, I haven't spoken to him in over a year. Everyone here has been lied to. You're at a wedding for a relationship that doesn't exist." Silence. Then chaos. People stood up. Someone dropped a glass. Brent just stood there, frozen, tuxedo half-buttoned, looking like he was trying to load a new personality patch in real time. I walked out. Never looked back. Since then, I've changed my phone number. Locked down all my socials. Even talked to a lawyer about what legal action I can take. Not much, but I'm trying. Brent disappeared for a while after the wedding fiasco. Last I heard, he moved out of state. Probably started a new love story with someone else's identity. But here's what I learned. Not every red flag looks like cheating or lying. Sometimes it looks like obsession. Like someone refusing to let go. Like someone building a fantasy in your name and expecting you to live in it. So yeah. My ex used my identity to get married. And then he invited me to the wedding. What would you have done if you were me? Would you have gone to the wedding? Gone public sooner? Drop it in the comments. I seriously want to know what y'all think, because even I don't know if I handled this the right way. And to everyone out there dating a Brent, check your name on his wedding website. You never know. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. And please, don't ignore the weird vibes.